We heard from Adam again, the CEO of Instagram, this week, as he's relaunching the teen apps that got a lot of traction from the mainstream media. As I said, a lot of this episode is going to be largely around the push to keep children safe online. And I think out of everything that we've discussed related to that, I think this specifically goes a lot closer to actually doing that, and I really applaud Instagram for this decision as well. So Instagram is looking to boost privacy, parental control, and parental controls on teen accounts, and has completely decided to overhaul the accounts related to teens. Quote, will have built-in, promoting more built-in protections for young people and added controls for parents, the BBC reported. Some settings will be added by default on and can only be turned off if a parent or guardian is attached to the account and they do it. So some of these are, for example, the teenagers' account's content can only be cannot be seen by those who do not follow the account, and as well as we've seen by private accounts, they as well have to make an active effort to accept new followers. So how this works on private accounts on Instagram is you can have a private account and you can follow me as a public account, as a company, which is what Branded Media is, and then that's cool. You can see my content, right? Great. You don't have to follow me. You can see that content because it's public content. But if you're a private account and I follow you back, you have to accept that follow, right? So I can't see any of your content. I can't see any of your posts. I can't see any of your stories. And obviously you can decline my follow request. So you can say, no, I don't want you to see my content. No, I don't want you to be able to interact with me, and even probably message me as well. I imagine it's not 100% documented here, but I imagine it will also cut down the people who can message those teen accounts or those private accounts as well. Adam also shared the fact that parents will be able to set a max number of minutes, hours, per day that the account can actually use Instagram, and I imagine this will also be rolled out across Facebook as well, but specifically looking at Instagram, and as well as levels of controls in regards to the topics that they can or can't see, specifically regarding their content, so the kind of content they'll be served as well. So it really is about creating, to an extent, a bubble, a protective bubble, or a critiqued version or a different version. It's a very similar way to YouTube Kids. The specific videos, you can't see that, and whenever you upload a YouTube video, you have to say, is this video for children or not? And what happens there is it changes the metrics, and it changes the the pressure on, number one, whether you can get monetized or not, whether it's demonetized or not, or whether it's age gated or not. But also, if you click yes in that box on YouTube, it will then show in the Kids app. If you click no, it won't. It will be across the whole website. So these are some things, or some ways that I think is really important, but this is a really great, in my view at least, a really great choice from Instagram. Also reported the BBC this week. Social media companies are under pressure worldwide to make their platforms safer, with concerns there's not enough being done to shield our young people from harmful content, end quote. Meta said when talking in the BBC report, quote, it says that there is better support for parents to give them peace of mind for their teens and their safety in the right protections in place. There are some reports that Meta have claimed they can build the tools, but parents potentially are not using them. And also questions have been going around about what about if a child, quote, is lying about their age, end quote. So again, I think the Instagram, Adam didn't specifically go into detail on how they were going to, there was some talk of using AI, there's some talk of potentially looking at some of the content and some of the behaviour patterns of the account to see whether the child may have lied, right? To see whether there's that issue or that concern about, whether their account should be a teen account or not. But also, I think, again, it's about having that input as a parent to say, okay, well, yeah, you are a teenager, and yeah, you can use the app, but you need to use it as a teen account, and then setting up those parental controls. And I hope that Instagram can find a way. Obviously, a way of doing it will be showing a government-issued ID, etc., for adult accounts. but I think that's going to add a lot of clunk onto creating Instagrams and having Instagram accounts. But it would be potentially a solution. And again, you've got the fake ID thing. So I think to an extent, now I think about it, it's going to be a cat and mouse game to an extent, but they have discussed that there will be measures in place. They obviously haven't specified what those measures are, but they have said there is going to be measures in place to limit or ways to find out that whether children are lying about their age or not. Again, I'll reiterate one last time again, whose responsibility do you feel it is? And I think, again, as I've covered this more and as I think about it more, I think for a safer environment, for a safer social media, for a safer internet culture, I think we need to do more potentially as parents. I think parents need to do more. I think platforms need to do more, and I think governments need to do more as well.